Hello, Jim. Thank you for taking time today to visit with us about Artist Advisor Partners and a great new concept called Grow Now, Pay Later. But first, before we begin, we'd like for you to talk to the participants today about Artist Advisor Partners, about who you are and what you do.
Of course, Michael. Well, first of all, thank you for having me and a good morning to you. Attis Advisory Partners is really been put together to provide consulting services, mainly to small and medium-sized company that were looking for solutions, whether it be growth, development, regrowth, redevelopment. Some of our clients are just struggling companies that are looking for to be reconceptualized. Other companies are small companies that were looking to get into the middle market. We believe that we've put together a team of people at Altus that can get the job done. We believe we can not only identify the problems, we believe that we will work with the clients in a way that maybe the clients never worked with a consulting or advisory company before. Because at Altus, we do pride ourselves on what we like to call intellectual humility, which is the ability to listen to our client, not seem to always sit on a soapbox and try to tell our client or dictate to them what their vision needs to be. We typically like the client to let us know what their vision is, or maybe what the vision was when they first started their company, and then try to provide them with solutions using the expertise or the human resources, for lack of a better word, that we at Altus have. Each one of our partners has at least 20 years experience in a particular discipline. Most of them have owned or run their own businesses or have been in some sort of an executive role. And many of us have actually sat on advisory boards of companies to help those companies grow. So we think that the team at Altus is very well prepared, very willing and able to provide a solution for any small or medium-sized company that is looking to get to the next plateau.
Great, Jim. Now, could you provide some feedback to the audience today in reference to your core services that you provide?
Sure. Well, Michael, to sort of go hand in hand with what we do at Altus, if our value proposition is to be that we provide experienced professionals, to our clients that have an expertise along a broad spectrum of businesses. What our core services need to be is fairly simple. We need to be able to provide business development, value creation, branding or rebranding. We need to be able to structure or restructure a business plan or the architecture or strategy map of a business plan. We need to bring to our clients new ideas, big ideas. Idea generation is really important in innovation or disruptive innovation. We also, as a core service, provide private equity consultant, venture capital raise consulting. We will create marketing plans. We will consult on marketing plans so that they could actually create sales strategies within the company. We provide IT architecture and management. We provide leadership concepts, and we will do whatever we need to do to refine or redefine the corporate goals of any of our clients.
Great, Jim. Now the question is that what we would like to hear is that in your view of what this new great concept is for Grow Now, Pay Later. Interesting concept, very innovative concept. So please elaborate on what this new concept is.
Well, first of all, tongue-in-cheek, we say internally within Altus, if we're going to be innovative or disrupt in a space with our innovation, on behalf of our clients, we need to be just as innovative and disruptively innovative within Altus. On that note, we did create this Grow Now, Pay Later concept. I, for one, am really excited about it because I do like working with young entrepreneurs and startups. I love the idea of people who are generating ideas. And so one of the things that, we have to sort of keep in mind, the business environment has changed. Advisory board roles, advisory or consulting companies, they are, typically made up of a bunch of very experienced, very talented people who have either retired or no longer in business for themselves and have decided to go the consulting route. And while those people are really talented and have great expertise, they usually shy away from startups because they just can't get the revenue generated out of the startup to actually pay for the consulting bill. And we don't have any problem with that. We actually think that it's it's just sort of the way the business world works. Days work for a day's pay for a day's work. However, in Altus, we're starting to recognize that as our business model is growing within Altus, we're getting inundated with young startup companies, young entrepreneurs that are looking for our expertise to help them launch a business. And so, in the beginning when we first started Altus, we were going to be like every other consulting or advisory company, and we were only going to take on engagements that could afford to pay our retainers. But as we see the business world changing, and since we want to be in front of all the changes, we start to note that there are a lot of people out there that just have this entrepreneurial mission. Maybe it's in their DNA. There's plenty of startup companies that are really well founded and have great ideas, but for them to get launched, they just don't have the expertise or the knowledge to get those businesses off the ground, and they just can't afford to pay to get the air underneath them. What Grow Now Pay Later does is Grow Now Pay Later allows a qualified, approved startup venture to engage Altus in the same way that any of our small and medium-sized clients would, with the difference being is that we will defer the invoices for our services until such time as we can provide the revenue generation that the startup or business would need to actually pay our bill. We would really be much better off, and as well as the client, to not worry so much about paying its employees or paying for its guidance as it would be to just concentrate their efforts on building the company. In the meantime, we'll go out, we'll find them partners, we'll find them new clients, we'll prove their concepts, we will define or redefine their business, we will articulate their business for them. We will teach these startups that while it's great to understand the market, it is really important that the market understands why they're in the market. And we think with all of the experience that we bring at Altus that we could be very key in that. And that's really the first step in creating the foundation for the client. Because after that, everything comes easy. The marketing plan comes easy, then the investment thesis comes easier, then the branding comes easy. So we really believe that if we can get in before launch, pre-launch, that we will make that company a better client, and ultimately they'll be a better paying client to Altus. The caveat is that, of course, there's a higher risk for us to not be paid. We are pretty confident in our abilities, but let's face it, things do change. So the fees are slightly higher, but the invoices will be deferred for 180 to 360 days. The main caveat difference is that we will require that if we do approve the company to be engaged by Altus and take on the responsibility of creating the revenue stream so that Altus can get paid, we will immediately require that company to give us a seat on their advisory board. And that advisory board seat is forever. We would like to sit on that advisory board seat because we want to prove to our client that once we do generate their revenue stream, we are a partner in the company. They won't need to worry so much about a board of directors. They certainly won't need to know about a chief operating officer, a chief executive officer, a chief marketing officer until the time is right. We will be providing all of that sort of, on call until they actually get enough revenue being generated within that company so that they can actually create their own executive team. We're very excited about it. I, for one, am really excited about working with people that can generate ideas and allow the team at Altus to not only create the value for them and create the brand and do all of the things that they're probably not thinking of initially, and we want to help them go into markets, being very innovative, maybe disrupt some markets, and we think that if we can be engaged as a partner with these clients, we think we'll ultimately be able to raise them some capital.
Great, Jim. Thanks very much for that great summary of the great new concept. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the participants today regarding audits and the new Grow Now, Pay Later concept? Or what's the next potential steps for this?
Okay, well, if you're listening to this and you have both of your listening ears on and happy with what you're hearing, there's a couple of things you could do. You could go to the Outis Partners website, which is at www.outispartners.com, and you can download the form that actually will allow you to upload your short summary of a business plan and fill out all of the documentation that would be necessary for us to review that plan and contact you. Or you could just go on the website and give me a call. We have a whole bunch of people at Outis that will speak with you. But for me, if it's, I'm kind of hawking this one now, and if you need to call me, give me a call. I'll be glad to discuss the details with you of what it is that we will be obligated to do and what it is that the client will be obligated to do. At the very least, the one thing that you have to know is, if you're listening to this, is that if your concept is as good as you think it is, then we're going to take on the engagement. If we don't take on the engagement, it probably means that you might need to go back to the drawing board, and so you really have nothing to lose and everything to gain by filling out that application on the website or contacting us personally.
Thank you, Jim, for speaking with us today about Outis Advisor Partners and this great new concept, Grow Now, Pay Later.